I want to talk about the probably most emotional scene in this entire series. This is something the show has been building towards since I feel like the very first episode. Will Byers coming out to his friends and family.
Can't believe we're talking about this
I know.
now. I haven't told any of you this because I don't want you to see me differently. But the truth is, I am different. I don't like girls.
What was it like to film that scene? Every character's crying, including yourself, but were those, I felt like real tears from everybody.
Oh, yeah, that day, like, I remember, like, after finishing the scene, just breaking down in tears, running to hug Maya and Charlie, and we were all just, like, kind of crying in real hugs. It was kind of a blur. Oh my God, I was so nervous, let me tell you, for this, because like you said, it's been building up for so long, and there's so much pressure on like making it perfect, and I didn't expect it to be in the way that the whole cast would be sitting there.
Will held a press conference to come out.
No, it's literally a press conference. It's so funny. I wanted to be like everyone else. I wanted to be like my friends, and I am like you. I'm like you in almost every way. I thought it was gonna be like another Joyce Will moment, and it was having everyone there was like, you have to, I mean, I was trying to like just channel these nerves of the scene into it. And then this scene, because of scheduling, was done in the middle of the night. So we were filming like 2, 3 a.m. And I was like, oh my God, of course, like this is how it had to happen. It was great, it was fun and cathartic because like obviously it matches my personal journey a little bit.
Did you help with the speech at all? Because I gotta tell you, it felt so authentic.
And I had this crush on someone, even though I know they're not like me. I actually didn't. I was like begging to get it all year. Like, can I read it? Can I read it? They're like, let us handle it. And then they delivered. They sent it out, and I remember reading it in my room at night, being like, okay, if it's not good, like we can talk to them. They'll work with it. I read it. I was like, oh, crying. Like this is perfect. Like you guys did it.
What was it like to write that? Where did it come from? How did you nail it so perfectly without being queer yourselves?
Well, certainly it's the longest I think we've ever spent writing a scene on Stranger Things, because we felt like, obviously we wanted to get it right, both for our viewers and also for Noah. I think that was the biggest relief once we wrote it and we sent it to Noah, and he gave his sign off and he loved it.
You knew he would be able to do it on the day if it felt truthful to him. And so the fact that it felt truthful, and that when he read it, it made him cry, that was an, okay, I think we didn't screw this up.
I know it was nerve-wracking for him to shoot, but he did such a beautiful job. I mean, the majority of that speech was on the first take we did with Noah, and it just sort of all just poured out of him.
I thought I was finally okay with myself, but then today Vecna showed me what would happen if I did this, if I told you guys the truth. He showed me a future.
I'm very moved and touched by that, yeah, even though I play the villain.
Like, I gotta be honest, the like, when everyone had to be like, and it won't, and me, and me, and me, I was like, is that gonna work?
You'll never lose me. Ever.
And you'll never lose me.
Or me. Or me. And then, like, it felt so just natural. It's just so beautiful. People, like, always say, oh, this show takes so long. It's spread over so many years. That's what's so beautiful and real about our show is, like, the slow burn is how real life happens. Like, it doesn't happen in an instant. So to finally get there after waiting 10 years is like, oh, it makes it all the more exciting.
Your character is kind of a big motivator behind it because Vecna believed that Will's secret was his weakness. And as it turns out, accepting his secret, his sexuality, is what helps him become more powerful.
I think it's so special. I think it's so important. I think being who you are is the most important gift that we have, and it is where our power comes from.
for young queer audiences out there to see a superhero whose sexuality is his strength, how powerful do you think this is?
Like, even you saying it, it's like, wow, one of the best queer characters we've ever had. I mean, I wish I had this, like, growing up. But what a powerful message to send to kids. I remember talking to Matt Duffer about it and being like, do you think this will resonate, this story will resonate beyond kind of the queer community as well? Because, you know, I hope to impact everyone. And he's like, of course, like, I'm not gay myself, but I feel empowered because anyone can relate to feeling different.
Max, can you hear me? Max, come on, open your eyes. Yes, Max. Can you hear me? Max! Stay with me. Stay with me. All the way, Max.
Max is awake, finally.
Finally.
You guys replayed the Moby song, When It's Cold, I'd Like to Die.
The Moby song was something we discovered in post-production when we were editing it. Whenever we want to take the emotion to another level and really wreck people, we'll play that song.
It works.
It always works. No, it was great to get Max back in the real world, and I'm just really blown away by how good Sadie and Caleb are in that scene. I mean, obviously it was a big moment, but they delivered and then some, I think.
I knew you were there. I always knew you were still there.
I saw you waiting for me.
Nancy and Jonathan, they have officially broken up in a very epic unproposal scene.
Nancy Wheeler, will you not marry me?
When did you guys decide, though, that Nancy and Jonathan were not endgame? Because this is a couple that we've been watching blossom on screen for 9 years or so.
I mean, I don't remember when we made the exact decision. It was probably, it was a long time coming, I think. I think all of us, Ross and I and our other writers, always felt that at the end of the day, Nancy felt like she needed to be independent. And in some ways, Jonathan too, right? I mean, they feel like they have to be together in certain ways. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, especially if you go through a lot together. How can anyone else relate to me in the same way that you can, having not gone through this? Especially, I mean, and they've gone through more than most people.
As a wise man once said, we've got shared trauma.
I mean, this is also a real-life couple.
You know, Nat and Charlie, they had the script a few months before, and so this was a big moment for them. It was a big moment for their characters, and so they had been working on it for a very, very long time. So, and I think you can see that in the final scene. But obviously the scene, what's funny about this is a technical challenge as well, because we have this melting room all around them. But again, that's really what we want to try to do with the show ultimately is, you know, that's a moment where we knew we wanted to build to this confession and breakup with them, and we then built this big set piece, Titanic, gooey Titanic-like set piece around them.
I figure that I have screwed up enough with you. It'd be nice to get something right for once in the end.
A big game changer in Volume 2. We finally learned the Upside Down is just a bridge from Hawkins to another dimension, the Abyss.
Was it something I was aware of when I started this series in general? No. Was it something that I obviously discovered as we were approaching season 5? Absolutely.
Dustin, what's on the other side of the wall?
Death.
This is something we've had since season 1. It was early days in the writer's room where, I mean, when we pitched it to Netflix, we knew Will was going to be taken to this, you know, to the Upside Down, but we really wanted to dive into what exactly that was. And what you learn in Volume 2 is what we put down in the document back then, but we've just been withholding it from the audience.
That side of physics is really interesting to me. There's a real complexity to it, but I definitely started to read books describing parallel universes and how they're created and what that is, in order to kind of be able to somewhat grasp it.
So originally we were going to reveal it in season 2, and then we kept pushing it, and obviously now felt like the correct time to finally reveal it, and it does, change everything.
And what is it? I suppose it's Armageddon.
This whole time, everything we have ever assumed about the Upside Down has been dead wrong.
We learn more about Henry's backstory in Volume 2, and we learn that his fear of the cave comes from his own childhood trauma that he experienced. What I'm taking on is that Henry and Will have a lot of similarities. Is there a chance that Vecna's just misunderstood like Darth Vader or Snape? Is there hope that maybe Vecna could get himself back to the Henry, his original Henry form and live a happily ever after?
Happily ever after.
There are definitely a lot of parallels between Vecna and Will, and almost kind of reminds me of like the Harry Potter Voldemort parallels as well, so I watched those movies to kind of understand it a little bit better.
Underneath all those scars, he's still human. A psychopath with a serious god complex, but human. I guess we're all scared of something, right?
Underneath the monster, there is always the child, and Vecna is no different within that. How far has he gone? Is he redeemable?
I mean, that's sort of the question with Henry, right? So, and is he redeemable? It doesn't obviously make up for his behavior, but yeah, is there still goodness inside of him?
That's what the finale is all leading to, like who was he and what do these parallels mean?
Was there a big famous supervillain in pop culture that this season you channeled a little bit?
For me, I used Doug Bradley as Pinhead in those first 3 Hellraiser movies.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Christopher Lee as Dracula, Gary Oldman even as Dracula. There was a movie that was released in early, I think it was 2020, something like that, called Alone, which I definitely referenced. I referenced The Shining this season as well, quite heavily.
Here's Johnny!
Funny Games was always a big reference to me, and even a movie like Dark City, those sort of creatures that are coming in, in that film.
I want to talk about the end of Volume 1, Episode 4, because fans went nuts. You came out waist snatched. People were joking that there must have been weight loss injectables down in the Upside Down. What went into this different look for Vecna?
Zumba. It was just completely Zumba. That was it. That's all he had to do. No. What went into it? So this season, the practicality of it is it's more of a blend this season between practical effects and CGI. Within that, what we were able to do is have conversations sort of like across departments, and there were just little things that we did that, for the day and on the day made a huge difference for us. Was I hitting the gym? I was hitting the gym, but my waist doesn't look like that and never could.
I feel like for the first time in this series, we're heading into this big finale with every single character together. They're all in this truck together, heading into the Upside Down.
Everybody all right? Everybody okay?
You ready?
Ready.
How thrilling was it to shoot this 2-hour finale with everybody together?
I couldn't possibly say.
I mean, that's always, I will always say, every season my favorite part of filming is when we're finally together. The viewers say that too. It's just as fun in person, and it's chaos. Like when we're all on set, it's chaos.
Callie is back, and a lot of viewers remember from season 4. Erica, when playing Dungeons and Dragons, she needed to roll a 20 to defeat Vecna. We have an 11, we have an 8, and now we have a 1 with Will. All of that together equals 20.
Wow.
Are we reading into this too much, or are the Duffer brothers smart enough to kind of put that map together where the three of you are the key to meeting
The Duffers are smart enough. Did they intend on that? Not sure about that. Not sure where we're going into spoiler territory, so I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay. But interesting.
Interesting, very, yeah.
So I have a story of my own with regards to numbers in this show. Do you know that 1 and 11 in the, I believe it's the Greek alphabet, are Alpha and Omega at the beginning and the end? I asked Matt and Ross Duffer when we were shooting season 4, I said, does that have any like meaning or reference? And they were like, I don't think so, we don't know. I don't know if they were like bluffing, but yes. So do I think the fans are reading too much into it? I read too much into it, so maybe not, maybe not.